Hi everyone, my name is Candido. I'm the chairman of Delta Resources. A couple of things that I want to highlight. Firstly, we're in Thunder Bay, Ontario. We're gold. A few things that are interesting. The board of directors owns about 21% of the stock, and that number continues to grow. So we have significant insider participation. Our CEO is our largest single shareholder and works for $1 a year. And Troilus Gold now currently owns about 5% of our company. And we've moved our office into the Troilus office. But more important than that, we've been able to leverage the Troilus team. They have an extensive team in both Montreal and Toronto. So we're really all about reducing costs as much as possible, and we're fully aligned with our shareholders. We have about $2 million in the bank. Everybody on our board of directors has had huge success personally. Ron Kopaz is our CEO. He's extensive investment banking in Europe, London, currently lives in Spain, and sold a few companies for huge multiples. So made quite a lot of money. Justin Reed, former banker, analyst. He's the CEO of Troilus. Troilus is gone. Is trading significantly higher these days, so doing quite well. Kevin Heather's had a number of successes in the past. And now he runs two companies, Regulus and Aldebaran, both trading in the hundreds of millions of dollars in market cap. Sarah Paquette recently sold her drilling supply company, or family-run company, to a European conglomerate for close to $100 million. So everyone on our board has money, has had success, and we're all in it for the success of the company. So we have two main projects, but really it's all about Ontario for us, where we made our discovery. Quebec is a project, it's a big project actually, it's 218 square kilometers, which we're actively looking to sell. And the money that we will get from it will continue to fund Ontario, and we have significant interest on that property package, which is in Chibougamau, Quebec. So where we are we think we have the best land package in Ontario. That land package is at about 300 square kilometers and growing, because we're not done yet. But if you look at Thunder Bay, this will be the next big mining camp in Canada. Already there's 10 plus million ounces of gold in resource there. And that does not include companies like ourselves that do not have a resource yet, or our neighbors to the east like Tower Mountain, etc. But just recently, Gold X2 acquired Kessel Run Resources. So at some point, M&A will become significantly more accelerated, and this is why we think we're sitting in a really good part of the world. So we made our discovery at the end of 2022. Those are some of the drill intercepts, but you can see all of our data on our website. The reason we love it so much is, just look at the picture. Trans-Canada Highway, so we're not talking about just road access, major highway access. There's two power lines that run across our property. Ontario's already started construction on the third high voltage power line, so that's 3 power lines. There's train, we're 50 kilometers from Thunder Bay. So when this thing becomes a mine, and we fully expect it will become a mine, if you're missing a part and you need to go to the Caterpillar dealership, you will drive 40 kilometers to Thunder Bay to get the part and drive back an hour later. It's significant cost savings to having a property in a part of the world where you've got to develop everything, including roads, and et cetera, et cetera. So we just think that from the point of view of, and environmentally, there's not an environmentally sensitive area. You can see that trees have been cut and logged, and there's no rivers, there's no lakes nearby. So we really think we're sitting pretty in terms of location, access, and all of the above. So these, we've drilled essentially at our discovery a total of about 42,000 meters. We started drilling again a few weeks ago, So we've announced a 3,000 meter campaign, but that campaign will likely grow from 3,000 meters. But in those 41,000 meters, we spread that out. But really it was 2022, end of 2022 when we made the discovery, and then the bulk of the drilling was the last 3 years. So this was at the end of 2023. At the end of 2023, we had this block model where we were following it at surface for 2 kilometers down to 300 meters. But since then, we've actually drilled deeper, and that's not really part of our plan going forward, but we have followed mineralization down to 700 meters from surface, and we've actually extended it to 2.5 kilometers. But really our plan going forward, if you look at it, there's really this high-grade area which we think would be the perfect starter pit, and you're talking about likely something in the 2-gram neighborhood right at surface down to 300 meters. And really what we're focusing on now is targeting other high-grade zones like that on our property. So let me show you. So we're currently drilling at Shabakwa. Shabakwa is 1.7 kilometers to the west of where Eureka is, and I apologize, I wish I had better graphics than this, but I don't. We're also going to be drilling at Eureka South. That's another 800 meters south of where the Eureka discovery was made. And then we're going to follow it to the wedge zone, which is up on the right. That's 5 kilometers from where Eureka is. And what we're targeting is we're targeting these higher grade pods, such as we had at our discovery. And we've done a bunch of work to zone in on those targets, and we'll have the assay results sometime the month of November and beyond. And then, as interesting, we just completed a till survey 18 kilometers southwest, which is called the I zone. And the thing that's interesting is people always wonder how come this whole area can exist and no one was there before you. Inco essentially had this entire area because they were really a nickel company and not sort of looking for gold. But in the late 80s, they had a subsidiary that did some gold exploration, and these are drill intercepts at the I zone. They had 3.29 grams over 14 meters, 4.32 grams over 41 meters, 4.53 grams over 14 meters, 4.6 grams over 20 meters, amazing intercepts. So we've just completed a till that we had started last year, and the till is how we really were able to target Eureka, and we're using that same approach across the property. So that till is just completed. We don't have the results yet, but we plan on drilling that I zone immediately after we get those results. So it may not be till January, February of next year. So just in summary, Delta is a company where the insiders own a significant amount of the company. Our CEO works for $1 a year. Our board of directors are all people that have had success in their lives, so they're all there for the same reasons. We have a discovery already. We know that we're sitting on something in the 1 to 2 million ounce range from surface down to 300 meters. We're targeting other higher grade pods, starter pits along that property. 1.7 kilometers west, 5 kilometers west, 18 kilometers southwest. We really want to demonstrate the potential for this large property package, and that property package continues to grow. The area already has 10 million plus ounces. We think it's going to be the next gold camp in Canada. We're trading at a 20 million Canadian market cap, and with a bit of success, we think that we could make our shareholders a lot of money. Thank you very much.